Like a ninja in the night, I tread carefully, sticking to the edges because I don't want a creaking step to betray my approach. As I climb, I slowly pull the stainless steel meat cleaver out of my belt. By the time I get to the upstairs landing, I've got a huge smile on my dial, though you wouldn't know it to look at me because of the mask. I'm pleased, jubilant even, having made it to the top without causing any significant noise. There's still no sound in the house, but the imaginary Friday the 13th repeating in my head. I look down the hallway and I see 3 doors. Only one at the very end is closed. Buoyed by a surge of adrenaline now, I tread carefully towards it, my cleaver at the ready to cleave at the first sign of life. In the second room, papers and books litter a desk that sits against the far wall. A jacket lies haphazardly on the back of a black leather business chair. A whiskey glass, half full of amber liquid, sits solemn and sad on the desk, forgotten. There's only one room left now, the one with the closed door. Before I open it, I think back to what brought me here tonight. The obnoxious man on the street. His attitude, his arrogance, the casual sexism, that very stabbable face. And now I'm ready to rumble. The door creaks open. Stale air that smells like sex seeps out like a quiet fart. Alexander pops his head up in bed, like a frightened meerkat, but nowhere near as cute.
"What's going on?" he says. "Who the hell are you, and what do you want?"
There's no sign of smugness from yesterday. Terror distorts his features into a wax mask, making him look like the inspiration for the painting The Scream, which I might have seen hanging on the wall downstairs in the living room. Sweat drips down his forehead. He doesn't look healthy, like he could drop dead at any moment. A pretty blonde who I haven't noticed until now stirs, awakens, then jumps up in fright. She squeals when she sees me. Stumbling from one nightmare into another, she sits up in bed, pulling the sheets over her naked breasts, suddenly shy. I say nothing of the course. Killers in the best slasher movies are usually silent. Instead, I walk over to the bed, clutching the cleaver in my right hand, ready to thrust it into these adulterers.
"Leave me alone! Don't come near me! Help! Help! Somebody!"
Alexander grabs at his chest as though he's having a heart attack. Then I make the stabbing pain worse by actually stabbing him in his chest. The knife cuts to his core like a perfectly picked insult, only far more deadly and satisfying. He finds his voice again and screams like a lunatic, and then the cleaver to the jugular finally shuts him up to good. Ruby red gushes like a geyser, soaking the bed and staining the white satin sheets. In a pool of blood beside him, the pretty blonde begs for mercy. But I'm on a roll now, and there will be no mercy tonight for someone who's been sleeping with another woman's husband. I cut her off, literally and figuratively, with a cleaver to the mouth, smashing her front teeth and rendering her filthy, whoring mouth bloody. No doubt Blondie thought she was in for a relaxing night of adultery. Now she's gurgling on a cleaver, instead of her lover's you-know-what. Life sure is funny like that. I withdraw my bloody knife from her bloody mouth, her eyes roll back in their sockets. Then I end it as quickly as it began, with another deep cut across the jugular. More blood spills all over the once white bedding. The cleaner's going to have a hell of a job trying to clean up this mess. Before I leave, I remove my gimp mask and put it over Alexander's now dead head, remembering to zip up the mouth before I retrace my steps, back out of his den of horrors and back out into the street, where my modest little car is parked half a block away. Can you imagine the look on Alexander's poor wife's face when she gets home to find all that mess? But at least I've spared her a lengthy prison sentence. She'd have likely stabbed them both to death herself when she eventually found out about the affair. LOL.